This one here, aspects of complexity in automotive software systems and the relation to maintainability effort, a case study. So they went over the complexity behind software that operates inside of your vehicles. So the displays, like the screen displays on certain vehicles, whether they're on the dashboard or whether they're on the headrests, on the passenger seat, or other types of software that go into some of the CPUs that operate in certain portions of your things like detecting tire pressure, engine checks, something to do with engine checks. I can't remember right now. Essentially, the takeaway from this, which I thought was a very interesting read, if you're interested in this kind of stuff, I've done some software for Jaguar Land Rover years ago now, and so I know how some of this stuff operates. It gets very complex very fast. But essentially, the takeaway was that the larger the team becomes, and the more that you introduce moving parts by third-party systems, which typically tends to happen more often in vehicle companies, the maintainability of said software, because of team sizes and because of third-party complexity, has a massive, very quick upshot in terms of lack of maintainability, because everything becomes more complex. The more that you increase your team size and the more that you import third-party systems, the less maintainable something is. Now, this seems common sense, right? Like, of course, the more people you have and the more third-party systems you have, it gets more difficult to maintain. However, that's not really the part that I want to point out here. The part that I want to point out is that it didn't take much more than 6 to 12 people on a team size to see that complexity massively increased maintenance. So you have a very short ceiling in terms of people, and you have a very short ceiling in terms of third-party systems. It takes very, 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 very little to increase your maintainability to beyond maintainable numbers. The upshot is massively high. I would encourage you to look at this. This is one of I wanted to bring this up because this is a very good study that covers stuff that we've been talking about on these streams for a long time, which is that the entire tech industry leans way too much on trust the experts, bro, by pulling in third-party sources where you just trust that security has been taken care of, you trust that problems have been solved, you trust that the code quality is right, you trust the AI system that it didn't hallucinate something, and so on and so forth. And then on top of that, I've literally had to argue with people who go, well, I've used X, Y, or Z in teams of 100 people. 100 programmers. There's no way that you could implement the features that we did on a team size of 100 people without some obfuscation paradigm that makes things stupid. And then the question from me and many others in chat is, why do you need 100 people? This is a good study with the automotive industry. If you know anything about the automotive industry, I think it was Jag Land Rover, they had over for one year of their car manufacturing process, because I was involved in, I can't remember which year, but it was a 1 year process. They had a minimum of 300 plus vendors, and that doesn't include their internal team. And I remember visiting the UK, where they manufacture the cars, so you could get a sense of what went into them so that we could build some of the software that goes into them. They had 300 plus vendors. They would even have a vendor of the year award. That's how many vendors they had. So I thought it was a good lateral study showing that we're a little bit crazy in what we do in the tech industry. We've gone off the deep end in terms of that.